Hello, welcome back to another tutorial, and no, this is definitely not the second time I've recorded this. Hello, welcome back to another tutorial. In today's video, I want to show you a useful plugin that I've been using for my semi-secret project that I've been talking about recently, and you'll find out what that semi-secret project is at the end of this video. So just don't skip to the end of this video because you'll definitely want to use this plugin if you do anything like what I did. So this plugin is called Elementor and it is for WordPress. It's a little bit like using the website builder within Weebly, but not quite. I wish it was a little bit more like Weebly's, but I'll take what I can get, and it's a really super useful plugin. So first things first, you'll go over to your plugins, select add new, you'll search Elementor, and you'll install and activate this one, and there are other plugins as well that even work with Elementor, so that just makes it a extra super useful plugin to have. Once you have it activated, you can use this on pages, and I think you can use it on blog posts or whatever you create as a post. I'm going to go over to my pages and add new, and then give my page a title. Then once I've given it a title, I can select the Edit with Elementor button, and it will take a little bit of time to load. Now, as we can see, our title basically takes up way too much of the width of the page. I know there's a different plugin that you can use to adjust the width of your title, and maybe I will make that be a different video. But right now, we are talking about Elementor. So as you can see, there are a lot of different elements that you can add to your page, and I'm not going to get into all of them because there are way too many. Now, most of these come from WordPress directly, but there are other ones that come from Elementor themselves. So let's just go ahead and get started. First things first, I can add the plus button to create a new widget or widget area, or if I want to start from a template, I can click the folder, but I'm going to create my own. And what's nice here is that you can have different amounts of columns and even have the kind of offset, one bigger, one smaller. I'm going to start with a 2-column layout. Then if I want this to be the width of my page and not just the width of the content area per se, then I just make sure I've clicked on the set of dots in the middle and I select stretch section. Then you'll see that my content areas are still in the middle, but the widget area expands to the side. Not a problem. Just change the content width from boxed to full width. And now we have no problem. And I can design my columns further if I want them to be ever so slightly different, but right now I'm going to stick with my 2 columns. I can change the style. I can give it a background of a single color or an image. I can give it a gradient. I can give it a video background. I can have it change on when I hover over it, and I can change the margins of the different sections, so I can move it up. And if I don't want my top and bottom to be the same number, I just select the gray link area, and then now I can change each variable independently. Alright, let's get some widgets into those content areas. So I'm going to select a image. I can come over here and choose my image. I can upload my file, but I'm just going to pick one from my media that I already have uploaded and insert, and I can adjust this specific piece of content on its own. Just select the little pencil. I can have it be center aligned, right aligned, give it a caption, give it a different link, change the style. I can change the width of it. I can even change the max width, change the opacity if I want, give it a border, basically kind of do whatever I want with it. And again, change the margin. I really like this photo, so I'm going to make it really big. Then I can even add some text. And here I can change the size to be a heading if I so wanted. I can make it bold, even though you can't really see what's bold here with a heading. Now, here's the one thing that I like a little bit better about Weebly's editor, and that is simply the fact that I can't put anything next to the different elements without creating a whole nother column and adjusting the margins and padding a little bit. So let's say I wanted to put a button right next to my text. Well, I can't put it on the left or right hand side. I can only put it on the top and bottom. However, I can add a spacer between different elements, much like I can in Weebly. And I can just adjust the space. Then if I wanted to change the sizing of different things on my desktop site or on my mobile site, I can select my grouping or a specific element. I can come over to advanced, and then I can click the little computer monitor, and then it gives me a tablet and mobile site. If I just click those, then we get a little example, and then I can change the padding and margin number of just those elements specifically. So unlock those and change the spacing there so that it's basically right to the edge. Then if I come over to my desktop site, then you will see that the spacing is still that much and it's not that close to the edge of my header, but that spacing still remains the same on my mobile. I can put that back to 0 for now, and then I can choose how responsive certain things are, and I can even hide different elements on my desktop site that are maybe on my mobile site, or hide things that are on mobile that aren't on my desktop site. But I'm not sure why you'd want to do that, because typically you want to have the same types of content on your desktop site as you do on your mobile site. But I digress. Elementor even has a relatively decent gallery plugin, so I can just drag that over here, and again I will stretch it out, make it be full width. Then I can add my images, create new gallery. I can give each of them their own caption, insert into gallery. I can change the columns, change the image size. Now, the one thing I don't like about this particular plugin is the inability to change the positioning of the gallery, so it's all the way to the left. I cannot center it at all. Now, let's say we wanted to add a column to this particular section without having to delete it and completely undo everything. Not a problem. So you'll right click the grouping of dots, select navigator, then under this section that's highlighted, we can select the little arrow, and then right click on column, and we can hit duplicate. We now have 2 of the same section, and then within this column we can delete that piece of content, and now we have 2 columns without having to delete the entire group. So like I said, there are way too many different elements that you can add, and it's honestly just a matter of finding out what works for you, and you can get more by paying for this plugin. And when you're done, make sure you hit publish. I'm not going to save this page, but that about does it for this tutorial. And the whole reason I'm making this tutorial is because if you've been paying attention to the URL bar of my web browser, then you'll know exactly what my semi-secret project that I've been working on, and it's only semi-secret because I've already linked it in my social medias and on my YouTube channel. But I finally have my own website, and this is sort of why it's been a semi-secret project, is because it's exciting for me, and it's kind of fun to have a secret project, if you will, and it's a little bit less exciting for you guys. But hey, if you want to know a little bit more about me and the gear I use, and if you are watching this and you want to hire me to help with your project, then you can do so at my brand new website, joshschorle.com. So yeah, surprise! So if you want to go check that out, there's a link to it in the description below. And yeah, so I think that about does it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you can give it a big thumbs up, and you can click in the end card to subscribe to their respective channels and see my previous video. And as always, I will see you in the next tutorial. Okay? Bye!